Hello everyone, Slennon here again. Now, aggressive people are a pain in the backside to deal with. Well, the good news is it only takes a few steps for you to handle them like a cup of coffee. Here's how you can deal with aggressive people without completely wasting your energy. Like taking a bunch of photos that are blurry. Firstly, when you're speaking to them, the most important thing is that you keep yourself nice and calm, right? You want to make sure your posture, you got your shoulders back, chest out, and your body language is open, and you speak in a neutral tone. Now, the most important thing is if they're shouting at you, you don't shout back at them, because only things get worse from there. Now, another important thing to consider is to use I statements instead of you statements. When you use I statements, you don't come across as accusatory to the other person. Now, instead of saying, you're not making me feel very comfortable, you just say, I don't feel very comfortable with where this is going. Now, this way, you're much less likely to have a situation escalate because you said that you're doing things. So you're making it sound like, to them, they're going to think, oh, he's accusing me of doing things wrong. If you say you don't feel comfortable, that's just you expressing how you're feeling. Now the next tactic is, well, probably one of the best ones. Is just simply get away from the situation. If you can, just get out of the situation. Now the thing is, the best way you do this is you get away from them, like you've got somewhere else to be, right? Just say to them, come up with excuses. Say, I have to be somewhere, I've got to get back to work. Now, if you are at work, you've got to say, I've got to get back to work, I haven't got time for this, or whatever. Now, this way, it's a lot less likely that they're going to bother you. But what if they do follow you? Now, the most important thing to do is, if they get anywhere close to you, they keep following you, if they put hands on you, or whatever, you just say to them, if they say they've got you here, just grab their arm, grab their neck, serious expression, you say, get away from me. I feel unstoppable. Now I'm going to explain Why the heck am I... What are these doing, man? Why is this hung up? Mate, hang on. As I was saying, with just the painting, not the actual level, I'm going to explain to you how I dealt with this and when I got into a situation like this. Now simply, I was just playing football. This was part of, I was doing sport at college last year. This was part of my course, right? I was playing football, we was just having a bit of fun. And it's basically got 4 corners, there's 4 teams, only 2 play at the same time when your team gets called out. And me and 2 teams got called out. I scored a goal, and then this guy came towards me, one of them for the other teams, came up to me like this. So, how did I deal with that? So what did he do? He came up to me, threatened me, said, I will track you down, I will kill you, how dare you score against my team, yeah, etc. Stupid stuff. So yeah, all I did was, I was just gone. But he kept on mumbling on, and this was last January, by the way. This was not this year. Now the only thing I'd say I could have done a little bit better was when he was mumbling on. Instead of ignoring him, I said, mate, just be quiet. No one wants to hear you talking. And then on the other end, he bellowed, you shut up! So he did that, and then afterwards, that had all been, yeah, he didn't calm down anymore because I scored again, and then he charged, he ran, and he got his hands on. See, his hands were on. Got his hands on me, hands here, grabbed his arm, did this, got him away from me, and I didn't even have to, say much, because obviously this is part of a college course, so the tutors were already there. And they were very professional. They dealt with it very, very well. So they took him out and he was sent home. Now, this person that we was playing against, he's what we call aggressive in one subject. He just He's nice when you talk to him. He's calm most of the other time. But the one thing he doesn't get very happy about is when he loses at football. When he loses at football, he is a psychopath. Okay, so there you have it. So now you know how to deal with aggressive people, like a defender tackling an attacker running through on goal in football. Now, remember, simply just use I statements, keep as calm as possible, maintain a good posture, make sure you get away when possible, and if they get physical, defend yourself. Stay safe and park the bus, everyone.